that point, take a quick reset, and then get back into the play.
Rika needs to be a little bit careful, because Chris has moved in, but he's going to be the one that's stunned up. Akabane coming in and going to get a lot of damage through, and there's the first blood.
The bot lanes, which is the more important, though. Let's go talk about that.
I don't know how in trouble they are. Nice jump through, and Rakan, you know, just proving his nuisance. Bigheadry trying to get as much damage down with the flamethrower. The ignite is ticking, and the longest auto attack I've ever seen from the advantages have built into a little bit of a gold lead. Essek now going to be ulted up. Nice shockwave, but I don't think it's going to matter. The flash forward won't save the life of the Orianna, but Rika goes down. 1 for 1.
This, you die.
You kill Essek, I think, is the plan, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Rika picks up the kill.
So this early pressure into a mid-game win, though, is top lane as the calling card for Illumina.
Melanet going to get knocked up, but there's the ultimate coming on through. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but a really nice double stun means Benlek survives.
We have Chris and Charm trying to brute force their way some vision into this, but they're not going to be able to disengage this time.
Nice damage coming in as well, but Charm has to force the ult away. Chris going to be chased forward. He's trying to stumble out, but Akabane and Swords really taking the damage, and it's going to be Akabane securing that one. Zamalek is here to ensure no dive, but it's another pick going over to Big just outside the Dragon Pit.
And there was no real counterplay you could have there. No angle for the...
Down, but Akabane needs to be super, super careful. The Lee Sin moving around, finds the Viego, and it's going to follow through. Charm has gone so low, and he's trying to get away. The Ornborn is cool. The first going to fight goes on to Essek. He was the target initially, and he's the only one who's gone down so far. Kedui in the wings, can't find anything, though. And this fight might have turned into a siege. They're going to look towards Lekyu on the orb, but he's going to be able to just trot away. Aurelia nice ultimate coming through, forcing the flash out of members of Illumina.
The turnaround, see if Chris can get a play here. Doesn't have the Heartbreak Strike. They're going in pretty deep.
Rika doing a decent amount of damage trying to cut down this Viego. The sustain really isn't there yet. And it's going to be another kill going over to the Lee Sin. Fight is in the offing. Looks like there's a pretty big one. Lekyu in a lot of trouble. He's the one at the front line, but he's going to be the one going down as Charm jumps away. Essek taking the damage on as Zamalek goes over the wall, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to survive. Chris definitely not going to be able to survive this one. A decent chunk coming on down. Huge fight. Illumina losing 3 members. They've got their bot lane, but they're going to lose their bot lane tower as the Rift Herald is dropped. That's going to be one charge. They could look to force through another one. The top side, Rika going to be able to grab himself a tower on his own right. 3 kills, 2 towers. Excellent times. Nymeira's back.
I think I am back. A couple of internet issues. I mean, maybe these fights are just going too far off the rails that even my voice can't be allowed to come through that. And Big are continuing to snowball this game. We were asking so many things about what are they going to do about this early game? Haven't had the best stats. Are Illumina going to be able to team fight their way back in? And it seems like while I was gone, no, the answer is no. Have a ghost on your Ornn or not. It's not nearly enough because they get polymorph. They just get shunted out of this fight. And this Ornn not being ahead is a huge issue for this team. They don't have the ability to front to back at this point because the top lane has fallen so far apart.
And now Big going to be able to move on to this Dragon. Third of the game secured super easily. There's not really any opportunity for Chris to get involved, and I don't think he's going to want to. But with Soul coming up in about 5 minutes time, once this one is secured, there we go. It's going to be optimal, because if they can't get in towards this Mountain Dragon Soul, fights become even harder to win. They're not winning them already.
Absolutely, and when you have double Gore Drinker, when you're going to have a Zhonya's built up sooner rather than later onto Melnix, the amount of gold that they have too, the shields which you get, the amount of time which you can buy between a Mountain Soul, everything starts to stack up to the point where you're looking for the first reset on Viego and you aren't going to find it. At this point, Chris is sat there at 0-4 with a Sundra, and that's good, but in the same way that we were talking about, actually Matchko, when they played the Nasus mid, this point was brought up by Foxdrop. It's like, okay, cool, you've got early gold, that gets you your damage. When are you going to get your tank stats? Because it applies to both these champions. Go Sundra into something like a Starex, into something a bit tanky, because you look at Chris here, he can't stand and fight what Rika wants to do, and yeah, this is what happens.
When the ultimate's going to be used, Zamalek's the first victim, Cress is going to be the second. It's super easy for Big. They can go all over the map. Nothing is owned outside of the base by Illumina anymore, and the siege might well be on.
I think it definitely will be at this point, because you, I mean, at least they can flow around the map. What they're actually choosing to do is pushing one wave and then go back into the middle, because they don't have the best range on their Aurelia, who needs to dive under that tower, nor do you really think that the Aphelios is going to be free hitting the towers to the point where actually Illumina need to back off. Because they just used that ultimate in that team fight from the Aurelia, they don't feel like they need to dive. They're going to reset, probably move back up towards the Baron, maybe even do it on spawn.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to be very easy for them to take down. They've got the Aphelios, they've got the damage. They've all just turned up now. Luminar having to clear out shop and might have an idea that this is going on. They do have a couple of wards in the neighborhood, but not necessarily on the objective itself. And I don't know if there's much they can do in contention.
Oh, it's too late. They're trying, but they're too late.
He's a stolen ward already. Will he be able to do so? No, he can't. It's secured by Big. They're going to secure the Viego as well. Akabane thinking about going on to Essek, but won't in the end. Baron on 5 for Berlin International Gaming.
The fact that he gets into the pit is very scary for the Prime League team. We can see that there is one ward left, and it's a control ward to secure an angle of approach, one route into the pit, and Chris damn nearly gets it. He gets in with 1,000 HP left on it, and that's only one auto attack off of being in smite range themselves. That could have been the miracle play. Sadly, it is just adding to their woes, and Luminar will now have to fight back yet again and see if they can find a miracle team fight without the objective on top.
Let's see if they're tapped out or if they've got a little bit of stamina, a little bit of health left in them. LeQ has got plenty of health after flashing away from that play. Chris, though, not going to be so lucky, caught out and taken down once again. And it's Rika who's stepping forward, trying to get the damage down. Will only find the tower, though, as the objectives will begin to fall. LeQ trying to get the engage coming through. That's a nice lot of it coming on down. Shotgun catches onto Kedemi as well. But he's going to be able to back away. So much damage coming onto this Illuminar roster. They got the engage they needed, but they had no follow-up. And it looks like Big are going to follow up onto the inhibitor. Could press further, could look for the game.
And with the carries up but no one to protect them, what happens when a Sonic Wave hits? It means they just have to back right the way off. Chris has respawned, but who else is in the play now? It's Melanic who disconnects, reconnects, joins the team at the base, is going to be part of the victory parade.
Yeah, it's going to be easy enough. Second Nexus tower falls. They're going to be focusing in on the Nexus. Members have respawned from Luminar. Can they defend their bare base? They get a nice knockup. They're going to be jumping to and from. But Rika doing so much damage. Going to be able to catch out Viego with the help of Melanic. This Nexus is not long for this world. They're going to go for as many kills as they can, though. LeQ able to get back onto the fountain. The steps are the last stand. Zamalek free firing, but it does nothing as Berlin International Gaming